Okay. Oh, nope. And unfortunately,
really didn't want to die.
Unfortunately, she's even harder to try and get those insta-kills. I don't think I've ever gotten the insta-kill with Kaede.
Watch,
right.
it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the case. So this did not do it, and unfortunately, we can't open that door. So I guess we're going this way. We'll backtrack a little bit and see if maybe we can find this metal gear that we need. Or a gear. Even if it's a wooden gear. So really quick, while we're actually making our way here, I want to get people's thoughts, because we didn't technically have a podcast this week, on the recent Nintendo Direct. I mean, it's tons of great news. Banjo is live, so you can play as Banjo-Kazooie, and you even get Spiral Mountain, which is a really cool map, might I say.
Yeah, I watched the demonstration they recommended to watch in the Direct. And it was really cool to watch Sakurai Sensei go over everything, just to like every minute detail of the playable fighter to all of the little quirks and cameos that come with the new fighting stage.
Yeah, and but the bigger news, at least for me, I don't know about you, is that we also got the debut of the next Smash DLC character. Which, for you guys, it might not necessarily be the greatest announcement ever, but it's very cool to me. And that is Terry Bogard from the Fatal Fury King of Fighters franchise. So this is now yet another company banding together, and that would be SNK. Which is interesting because, you know, we know about the rivalry between Capcom of Japan and Mortal Kombat here. But in Japan, when it came to veteran companies, it was Capcom's Street Fighter series versus SNK's King of Fighters series. And King of Fighters, believe it or not, actually had a lot of the veterans working on it that worked on Street Fighter 2.
Oh, wow.
So this is actually a really cool concept to be able to have Ryu and Ken as well as Terry Bogard in the game. So now everybody can have that mystical rivalry that they want to put Ryu against Terry if you haven't already played Capcom versus SNK.
And it's only going to be like 2 months before Terry comes out, so they're going to be able to get that opportunity sooner than later.
I think he is slated for
November
this year, and then we'll find out the 5th.
Yeah, and then I bought the Fighters Pack. And it specifically says that fighters will be available all the way through February 2020. So I'm hypothesizing that the next one will come out either the end of January or early February of the following year.
Well, and another thing that was actually really amazing, I don't know if you caught this, but they said that there would be more fighters after the 5th.
Yes.
We are looking at a Fighters Pack 2.
Which I'm really, really excited for, because I'll be honest, aside, like, out of the 4, like, you know, we know 4 out of the current 5 in this pack, and I'll be a little honest, I'm a bit disappointed.
Disappointed in what?
In, like, the fighters that they have added in since the game's launch. I love that they added in Joker from Persona 5. I think that by far is my favorite, and then Banjo-Kazooie will come following after it. But ultimately, I never heard of Fatal Fury until the Nintendo Direct, and I've never really played a Dragon Quest game specifically Dragon Quest 11, which I do plan on playing when it comes out on the Switch. So even then I was just kind of like, it's a bit disappointing. I feel like when Smash Brothers was on the Wii U and they were doing all their DLC announcements and adding all those fighters, it was a lot more exciting because it's like Mewtwo's returning, Lucas is returning, we're adding in Bayonetta, we're adding in this fighter, we're adding in that fighter. And it was just like, again, it was more exciting, and I was excited, especially with like Cloud coming to Smash Brothers. This time it's like I was stunned when they announced Joker, and then after that I was just kind of like, eh.
See, I would actually
Adam, just play the game and I'll do the research.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the decoder box solution. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so I would actually dare disagree. I've loved a lot of the announcements that they've made because a lot of these prominent Japanese companies have been amazing to see Nintendo finally working with them after so long. Like Cloud's announcement was a big deal because of the fact that it was Square. They were finally working with Square again. They hadn't done that in years.
And that is totally 100% completely fair. It definitely is showing the direction this new president has been taking. And
okay, let me get this really quick. So
yeah, of course.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's the 5th, 7th, and then second choice, and there we go. We got a magic jewel. Yay! Unfortunately, she can't use magic, so we can't use it right now.
No, I can agree with what you're saying there 100%, Adam, because like I was saying, it's showing that since the new president has taken position of this job, that he is definitely there it is.
What a year.
He is
we can't
he's
open that
working
up.
He's working with these other companies. He's branching out. He's getting Nintendo into a bigger scene that I think that it needs to be a part of. One thing that you had to even text me after the Direct was Overwatch on the Switch, and I was just about damn time.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many times Blizzard got asked if Overwatch will be there, and they're just like, probably not. We're not sure.
Well, it's been the console's almost been out for 3 years, so it's like, hey, when are you going to get on board?
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm very excited for that. We actually got a number of interesting announcements. I think the biggest two were the Smash announcements, and then also Overwatch coming to Switch. Alex, what's your take on Terry Bogard joining the roster for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate?
I have no opinion on Terry Bogard.
All right, cool. Well, he is awesome, in fact, and there you go. You officially agree he's awesome. Okay. No, technically, it is actually really awesome because King of Fighters has always had a more popular reception in Japan than compared to here. And I'm so glad that they did this. Also, they're doing it. The other reason that they're doing Terry is because SNK is going to be doing basically bringing back King of Fighters next year.
Oh, okay.
So that's going to be a great conjunction. That's one of the things I really like about this is that they're all having recent games, minus Banjo. Banjo is just wanted. Okay, when the powers of the demons are restored, the Gogurt clan will gather in the chasm of dimensions between times. It's there they will deliberate their plan. I think this is actually the completed Byakko.
I believe so.
Because that's a good statement to work with.
Yeah, that was like a complete statement.
Okay, so we also have this other plate, so we'll make our way back. First of all, to here.
Oh, it's already open.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
that's right. Okay, so I don't have to deal with the fire puzzle anymore. Okay, really quick. This is where we got the gold plate. Okay, we can actually use this. I was wondering if we could flip them with the other plate that we just barely got. Actually,
I thought you were going to do that too.
Onimusha does not work the same way as Resident Evil. I really ought to just go up here and... Okay, where is it? So we have the gold plate and then we have the silver plate. You can't use that here. Okay, you can't use that here. Well, fine then. Be that way, my gosh.
There are, I'm trying to recall everything from that Direct. They had more information on Animal Crossing.
Yes.
And...
I think you got a release date too, didn't you?
Well, they had the release date in June.
Okay.
It doesn't come out till March of next year, which is annoying, but fine. I can wait. But I really do like the premise of this game. I really like how, again, they're taking all the elements of all the previous Animal Crossing main titles and taking all the best things and applying it to this game. I'm just super, super excited to get my hands on it and just be playing it nonstop.
Yeah.
And then more new information on Pokemon Sword and Shield, just the Pokemon Camp feature, which just completely had me squealing.
Oh, that was the other thing they got. So Alex, you and I know this because we talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that Game Freak game I told you about that was in development called Town?
Yeah,
So it got a name,
Yeah, I
and
saw
it's
that.
also gotten a release date,
yeah.
which is this year. It's like in November.
Let's see. Now called Little Town Hero.
Little Town Hero, and I'm so excited for that game. That actually has a wonderful premise.
Coming October 16th.
Ooh, and then they talked about some other game modes for Luigi's Mansion 3,
Yes,
which I'm
multiplayer mode, which made Andrea very excited.
Yeah, I liked the I like that mode where you can be on Team Luigi or Gooigi, and I'm about to. I think Gooigi may dethrone Luigi as my favorite Nintendo character.
Well, now we know who's coming out next for Smash. Gooigi.
Yes.
Okay, Trick Treasure Box. Let's see if I can do this in one shot. Probably not. Okay. Uh-huh. Yay!
Nice.
First time. And this is... Ooh, the Sacred Knife. So this is a weapon upgrade for Kaede.
Wish I had this sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because remember, like, it takes forever for her to kill just even the most basic Genma. But now... Oh, jeez. Well, thanks.
Now we can catch on fire.
Now we can catch on fire even faster. Actually, no. We can do more damage to them.
And catch on fire.
Now it doesn't take 3 consecutive combos. It takes 2.
Ooh.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yes.
I stabbed his butt. His butt was stabbed. Well, now his midsection is stabbed. Ooh, the Genbu. So this is the first time we've gotten this. Of Demons, May the 1. So you were correct, Brinton. All of these are based off of the 4 divas. So you have Byaku, you have Genbu, you have Suzaku, and you also have
Seiryu.
Or as I know them, the Saint Beasts. Because that's the way it goes.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite side quests from last expansion in Final Fantasy XIV, where you got to fight the 4 lords in like as bosses, and then they had the extreme mode fights, which I would like comparing it to WoW, I'd say like, a mythic fight of that boss, and they all with each patch they had like stronger, more powerful weapons, but they were so cool looking. It was man, those were some of the best fights I fought. Especially Seiryu's. That was the music in that fight was so much fun.
No, screw you. Stab you right in your groin.
I would probably die too if my groin was stabbed.
Yes. Oh, my one true weakness. Even though my body's been dead for years.
Lol.
Well,
Where are you supposed to go?
So we found the Sacred Knife. What else have we not used in her inventory?
You've taken care of the
Wooden
plates,
gear.
the cog.
Okay, I took care of the cog. I took care of the plates. Oh! Did I already use those? I think I already used those.
Yeah, that was
The
when
crest
you still had
pieces.
Samanosuke.
Okay, Shinobi Kit. We're just gonna have to explore a little bit and see if I missed something. Because knowing my luck, I probably did. Like, we gotta find a way to probably get Samanosuke back here. Because I think we're gonna have 2 sections with Kaede, and both of them are like, you have to help Samanosuke get an item he needs, or help him get into this section of the castle. Boom. Okay. So I actually do have a unique question, since this just barely launched on the channel, for both of you. Since everybody's kind of intrigued, you guys were part of an anime club. And so we've heard nothing but positive about it. So it's time for you guys to deal out the dirt. Was there ever any like major disagreements that happened within the anime club?
I will say yes, but it was after Alex graduated. And I'm not sure if he knew like the entire story. I could tell it from my perspective.
Wait, you guys didn't graduate the same year?
No,
Oh,
I
dude.
graduated 2 years after he did.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Brenton's
Okay.
younger than me.
Oh, you're the youngin' in this one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, SpongeBob.
I'm only SpongeBob because I need some water.
It's so good. It's just so accurate.
Tom Kenny, watch out.
I'm not looking to dethrone Tom Kenny. Don't worry about that. It's not even crap. I can't remember.
Nice
it's not
dodge,
even
by the way.
Reggie Barkley anymore. So that's one of the things that made me laugh about SpongeBob is that he was played by Reginald Barkley in Star Trek: The Next Generation. The guy who was addicted to holodecks. Down here, maybe?
Anyway, getting back to the question.
Oh, yeah, you. He won't speak to you. You should leave him alone.
Just so creepy. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll let you answer.
I know, I love him.
I'll let you answer first, Alex, because you obviously were the
I know
club's
one
president.
of you was a president, so...
Yeah, it was Alex. Alex started the anime club, from what I remember, at Alta. So he has... And I was only in it for a year because my parents forced me to stop spending time. And that's a whole lot... I'll get into that when I answer the question, but I'm going to let Alex answer first, so I'll stop talking.
In terms of, like... I wouldn't call this, like, a super dramatic thing, but I do remember it was either my junior or senior year where we kind of had a little bit of a split about what to really do with the club. Because, you know, I kind of founded the club with the idea of it being partly discussion-based, kind of like a standard book club, not just we sit there and watch stuff all day. But, you know, some people just kind of more, I think, wanted the we sit there and we watch our shows. And I didn't have a big problem with that. I just wanted to make sure it was a balanced thing. But
you kind of wanted to have like a book club kind of aspect where you guys could sit back and discuss the anime you just barely watched.
Yeah, but it didn't like it never resulted in anything blowing up or anything. It just was kind of something we talked about for a bit, and that was that.
I really liked that. I really liked that a lot.
Yeah.
I wish we did have more of that.
But that's why we have podcasts now.
Yeah, but I think that, like, because the thing is, I can spout my opinions day in and day out, but to some extent, I can, like, definitively say that at the end of the day, most of what I have to say is just, like, very strongly stated words without a lot of review elements to it. Because I wish that I had more experience and had more opportunities to build. Oh, that looks like fun. To build a vocabulary in reviewing things. Because there are times that I feel that, like, I am just like spouting out words, but they're not making like an impact on the conversation, or it's just like I'm just saying nonsense, and I hate that. But that's just like my own like thing.
Right.
So do you have anything else you wanted to add to that, or?
No, I think that's about it as far as I remember, is like big kind of disagreements among where the club's direction would go. But even then, we all still, if that was my junior year, we still stuck it out for another year, so I can't remember exactly when it was.
I'm just curious, did the school ever get complaints? Because around that time, like, anime was still kind of being vilified. So, like, did any of the soccer moms come in and say, oh, they're watching that dreaded Animus?
No, we never got hammered by, like, any of the administration, and, you know.
I do remember this one time, the regular, like, teacher advisor for the club was unable to advise for, like, 1 week, so another teacher took the mantle of letting us use her classroom, and she like advised the club meeting. Okay. And we were watching Yu Yu Hakusho. Is that what it? Yeah. Is that how you pronounce it? And I remember like we were watching it, and I remember Alex answering some questions about the anime, because it is an older one, and it was my first exposure to that specific series, and I can't remember who the teacher was, but I remember her being like, is all you do is sit around and watch cartoons?
Yes. Got a problem with that?
Yeah, I was just like, it was really off-putting, because I was like, well, And I think that was like the first time where I was like, what is it exactly that we do besides watch anime together? And I think it goes back to what Alex was saying of trying to have it become like a forum where it is more book clubby, where we do discuss the whatever it is that was just viewed, and have it be more of a discussion based club rather than sitting around and just watching the anime.
Sure.
So I mean, I don't completely fault her, especially since I'm older, but